What is going on, guys? Ninja here. Today I'll be doing top 5 reasons why I'll never miss this generation consoles. This is in particular Xbox One and PS4. So for this list we will not be including microtransactions because it would obviously be number 1. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Coming into number 5 spot we have bad console designs. As a gaming veteran such as myself, I definitely expect great looking consoles, and these three right here, the Xbox 360, PS3 and Wii, show exactly how a gaming console should look like or be as close or better. Now let's go to the Xbox One and PS4. Disappointing if you ask me. They just look like a bunch of DVD players just designed to be consoles. Adding the Nintendo Switch in, and wow, I can definitely tell you the Nintendo Switch definitely looks like a gaming console, or more like a gaming handheld because it looks more like it, but it definitely looks like the future, unlike the PS4 and Xbox One, which don't. But anyways, let's move over to the next one on the list. Coming into number 4 spot, we have terrible game covers. A perfect example of a good front cover is Gears of War 1. It makes sense, you take cover a lot, and it definitely makes you feel like you're playing in a war. Looking at Gears of War 5 definitely does not represent Gears of War at all. Now let's look at the Xbox 360 side game covers, and you can tell what game is what, and they have their own unique themes, and they also look awesome as well too. Going to the future, and I'm disappointed with both Xbox One and PS4. I can't tell what game is what because I have to go up close just to get good footage. Just to insult injuries even more, I have trouble just seeing with my own eyes too. A massive difference I noticed about all side covers from new gen consoles is that they're not even creative. Nintendo has a similar issue as well too, starting off with the Wii and Wii U. Amazing, and I definitely like how the Wii U took the 3DS idea of a picture icon and adding it to the mix. Going to the Nintendo Switch, I can barely tell what game is what because everything's written in white with no symbols or unique background. The Nintendo Switch side covers are so bad I have to be super close range just to see it, and I still have eye problems with the same issue with Xbox One and PS4. So without any further ado, let's move over to the next negative on the list. Coming into number 3 spot, easily one of my biggest annoying complaints, always online games. You're looking at a perfect example. Let's say they discontinue the online service for Xbox One and PS4. Who's going to remember what Overwatch is and all these other games because you can't play them anymore, and guess what? You're out of luck. Another piss off of mine would be games that try to combine both. An example, Battlefield Hardline. Okay, you can play the campaign offline, but what if I want to play multiplayer? Oh, sorry buddy, but you gotta play by connecting to the internet. Wow, thanks mates, because maybe it would have been awesome if a Battlefield game could have an offline mode. But anyways, let's move over to the next one on the list. Coming into number 2 spot, we have no split screen. You know what I'm sick and tired of telling everybody? Sorry, we can't play the Xbox One because all these games are single player. A small handful are 2 players, and a very tiny amount are 4-player split screen. An example, I have 3 games that do it. First one, Master Chief Collection. Now it's fun, but before that it definitely wasn't. Then the next one is Sonic Mania, and it's a pretty cool 4-player split screen. And then the final one, Crash Team Racing Nitro. I had a lot of fun playing 3 players, I'll tell you that. Another big issue of mine would definitely be games that are clearly capable of 4-player split screen, but developers choose to be lazy and not do it at all. Like Titanfall 2. Imagine 4-player Titanfall 2. Imagine how well it would have sold if it had 4-player in it. Second example, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now this one I could understand at least 2 players, but come on, single player only? Really? Boring. Last final examples, Doom 2016, aka what I call Doom 4 because it feels like the 4th game in the trilogy, and Doom Eternal, aka what I call Doom 5. These games clearly could have had 4-player split screen, and wow, why did you become lazy, ID Software? I could go on forever, but not all games need multiplayer to be good. An example, Gun, Who remembers this great game? It's a really fun Wild West game, and it is really, really fun. And it's made by none other than Neversoft, well known for making amazing games such as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 up to Underground 1. And the next final example, Batman Arkham City. Easily the best Batman game I've ever played, and is easily considered to be the best Batman game of all time. And let me tell you folks, it's not a joke, it is so bloody good. But without any further ado, let's go over some dishonorable mentions. Starting off at the first dishonorable mention, we have bad DLC and season passes. Wow, do I absolutely not like it at all when I get ripped off. But the only reason why this is not on the list is because sometimes you can get some really good stuff off of DLCs and season passes, but then you have terrible ones such as these two that clearly show the complete opposite. Next on the dishonorable mentions, we have disappointing controllers, and I personally did not like the Xbox One and PS4 controllers. I just really felt like they were crap in comparison to what we had last, and plus, what we had last was clearly amazing. Well, besides the PS3 controller, obviously. But anyways, I've seen so much better, and this is a watered down mess. Next on the dishonorable mentions, we have worst special and collector's editions. I've purchased one disappointing limited edition. Now I do have in total 3 or 2, if I remember correctly. And this is from Doom 2016. See how this can go wrong? No actual what console it's from, which is really bad. And I actually had to purchase another one because one was actually a PS4 one when I got it on launch. This is the steel case right here. Awesome, but there's nothing at the back and it's really hard to get the disc out of it, which is annoying compared to the default game. And for $120, you get this, and it's not worth $120. I'm sorry to say that if you do like it. Now compared to Halo Reach's limited edition, and this is worth my $120. It has a lot of stuff inside which I won't show because it'll be too long. And you can even tell it says limited edition on the back of the box too. Figure that out. And yeah, this is worth $120, while the other one, it's certainly not. Last dishonorable mention, limited backwards compatibility. Now I don't know about you, but I'm so disappointed that I can't play whatever game I want. Coming off of the Wii U where you can play whatever game you want, compared to the Xbox One and PS4. Why can't I do it? To make matters worse, you cannot play Halo 1 and 2 on Xbox One. What? The Xbox 360 can do it, so what is this crap? Well anyways, limited backwards compatibility sucks, and it definitely is the last dishonorable mention. Coming into number 1 spot, we have way too many bad games and can't play games straight away. Let's start off with can't play games straight away. I am so disappointed I cannot play anything I want immediately, and also the updates take super duper long compared to what we're so used to, where it could be 1 second. I remember waiting countless hours, one time for 24 hours, and other times I've waited for like 8 hours. Unacceptable, coming off of instantly straight away on anything, including old hardware. I'm not the only one pissed off, other people were too. In fact, it was so bad that they asked both Sony and Microsoft if they can instantly install games like they used to. But anyways, can't play games straight away definitely deserves the number 1 spot. Now on to way too many bad games, and yes, it's an accurate answer, and you're already looking at the 3 of the worst games ever made right here. You know how many games I really come back to from the Xbox One and PS4 generation? 4. Yes, that many on replayability. Now compare it to what I play every other console, 30 plus and over games. If there's 5 reasons why I'll never miss this generation, I can already name them right now. Number 1. Updates. Why are they so long, and how many of them do they really need to fix a game? Number 2. Too much storage. I am sick and tired of having to uninstall each game just to play something different. Number 3. Terrible copy and paste. It's so bad that it's worse compared to what I've played last time. For example, Batman Arkham Knight. It's the same gameplay as Batman Arkham Origins, just even worse. Number 4. Games trying to be something they're not. An example, Infinite Warfare, trying to be a Halo story from the Halo book and fails so miserably I didn't even know it was Halo in the first place. Finally, at number 5, we have no care and effort. The original Halo trilogy, amazing care and effort. You can tell that they definitely cared. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you can tell it was clearly designed to be a careless game. In fact, speaking more about care and effort, if it doesn't have care and effort, you can tell that something is clearly rushed, like Infinite Warfare. After playing all these terrible games, I've actually realised that it can do damage to your brain, and guess what? It actually damaged my brain so much I forgot what was a good game in the first place. I know this is going to sound strange, but I'm going to give a big thank you to my best games because they've actually stopped me from being brainwashed again. After playing all the good games I enjoyed, now going over to the Xbox One and PS4 generation, I can safely tell you I will not miss it anytime soon. Way too many bad games also deserves the number 1 spot.